I feel like there's a lot of potential with this. It's just, man, it's just always from software, man. Like, they have like, they always make up like some really good ideas, and then the execution is just always not quite there. They're always missing like something. But I mean, the concept is there. Like, the potential is there for sure. I really wish that they did this just slightly differently. And I really wish that they kept the more thoughtful and tactical gameplay and just didn't go that route where you basically become immortal like really fast. Or that you can have infinite iframes, that sort of stuff. Like, they didn't need to do that. I think the casuals got like decent, well actually, I'm lying there. The casuals are still ass, so they probably need it, but either way. Oh yeah, the base game. Yeah, that's another thing. I wish they kept the game to the last patch, the last Elden Ring patch, because like a lot of weapons feel really bad to play with because they don't have all the improvement that they've gone through in the base game. So the weapon should definitely be updated to the latest actual Elden Ring patch. And 1.0 bleed is completely broken. That's for sure. You got seppuku clean rot on your last run. It was 2 free. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah, it do be like that. You got 1.0 stars of ruin carried your second last run. Yeah, there's some stuff that are just like super, super broken that just melts everything. For me, like, I'll be honest, I'm just picking up Hook Claw like every run, no matter the character, and it just carries me through the entire game like stupidly easily. Like, any claws will do like stupid amounts of bleed. Oh yeah, we actually got a Bleed Frost Talon that was pretty good too earlier. Talon's pretty nice. But yeah. Yeah, and you could buy the claws from the merchant, so you could get them like pretty much almost every game. Well, how about you guys? For those of you who've played, did you enjoy it now that it's over? What are your thoughts? Too boring, too repetitive? Fun, not fun? What's your outlook, guys? Yeah, all that's left now is see what it is with the full release. You're a fan of? I hated it at first, but it grew on me. Was fun, needs a difficulty jump for sure. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I also hated it at first, but you know, once you get to play with friends, it's way more fun. Like, to me, that was like sort of like the turning point. Like, playing with people from chat was way more fun than just struggling to carry 2 randoms like painfully throughout an entire like 45 minutes to fucking 2 hours, you know? If this was all the content, absolutely not enough, but we'll see. Otherwise, really enjoyed the concept. Yeah. Like, to me, it's all gonna depend on if they have more content up their sleeve, or if this is really just Limgrave, like that's just a huge L. Hopefully they have more maps to come and more variation for the maps, and not just 5 maps, because that's not enough. They need like a lot of variation and a lot of maps. And when I say a lot of maps, like there needs to be like, you know, like at least 20 version of Limgrave and 20 version of Lernia. You know what I mean? And when I say 20 version, they don't need to handcraft it. They just need to procedurally like place stuff differently and give different spawns so that it feels different every time. And perhaps even randomize some enemy placements as well. Like all that stuff that you can do procedurally, it's not that hard, like honestly, with their team, really. Especially with the budget that they're gonna have, like once they sell this. Like, this is basically like a mod project that takes barely any development resource that they're going to sell for $40, and they're gonna make bank with. They're gonna have like a ton of money to like develop this further, or at least develop this concept further. But enemy placement, map variety, perhaps a little balancing wouldn't hurt either, honestly, because putting the weapons to the latest Elden Ring patch would be a good start. Yeah, they should apply the RNG element to more things, absolutely. I hope all the maps aren't handcrafted. Yeah, because that wouldn't be possible to have a lot of maps if they do that. Also, if this map was handcrafted, it sure felt like it could have been procedural for sure. Like it didn't feel like it was you know, intricate or anything like that. It's very ugly that you have to complete the game to sell, but decided to cut apart and sell it as DLC. Legit milking Elden Ring's name. Yeah. Yeah. It is without a doubt a cash grab, but it can still be fun. Yeah. Yeah, probably. Also, Steve sent me like a fucking meme of Miyazaki getting arrested, and I'm so going to put that for my thumbnail next vid. That shit is so funny. Oh man. The baby thumbnail was hilarious. It's funny, Fences, because that baby thumbnail, like at one point, I just generated a bunch of AI angry babies just for a future thumbnail, and I end up just using the same one every time. AI babies, man. There's definitely going to be modability for PC, yeah. Yeah, we got to take into account that this is a side project from Miyazaki. Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure if I'll be getting that on PC or console because the frame rate here is really dog shit, but if they have a PS4 version, that should run a lot better. PC save corruption is going to suck, yeah. Who knows, I might get it for both. That would be a stretch though, like I'm not sure about that. But I'm not gonna buy anything yet, we'll see. No, this network test was not playable on PC. That's why all the content creators were on PlayStation. I'm just not a big fan of all the same mobs and bosses. The gear being all shit we have seen before. But now with Ashes, they might not normally have. I know there will be more in the full release, but I don't know. It's too boring for me. Yeah, that's fair. I definitely think that it's all really, I mean, it's all true. Like, they are reusing everything, and it does get repetitive. But for me, I think what carries it is really the concept. Like I've been saying over and over, I just like roguelikes. And so for me, the concept, even if they kind of do a pretty terrible job at it, if I'm gonna be honest, just because it's like, you know, from software, it's still passable. I'd say like it went from my initial thought for that was a 5 out of 10. I think it went up to a 6, and then maybe a 6.5 for that network test. But when it comes to the full release, if they don't have enough stuff though, it's gonna drop. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully this is really just a fraction of the full game. I really think this is for the people who level to 300 plus by having their friends drop runes. Yeah, I know, right? Had a good time, but waiting for the launch trailer. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy anything yet. One thing, though, that I like is that they had all the problems here, right? They had fucking... No one could connect to the fucking network test at first. Then they fixed that. Then no one could use the password. Then they fixed it. So at least they had problems and they fixed it. So you gotta give them credit for that at least. I do hope they fix the infinite immortality that that these fucking double dodge characters have, man. That shit is... Come on, like that shit is stupid. Definitely had some bugs in there. We fought a Neverjail boss, and there was no drop once we beat it. No drop, nothing. It's like we didn't beat it. It dropped runes, that's it. Felt kind of ass. But they're probably gonna fix that sort of stuff. That was sad. Yeah, you were like, yo, I have a key, like, let's use it. And then we beat it, and it's like, nothing. Insane. You thought they were only supposed to drop runes? That would be weird, man. Like, that would make them pointless. Oh yeah, spawning midair. Yeah, I had that too. Like, you kill the boss while it's jumping or something, and then the drop spawns midair and you can't reach it. The dragon boss did it multiple times. Yeah, we had that happen with the dragon, and we had that happen with the one of the elder lion. Like, the elder lion basically got killed mid-jump between, like, the little step, like, between the bridge, like, the broken bridge. And the drop was, like, mid-air, like, right in the middle, like, higher than our characters. It was, like, completely impossible to reach. It was horrible. You saw that? Yeah. But yeah, this sort of stuff I assume they'll fix, but you never know with FromSoft. This game will die in less than a month if the 8 boss is not enough for completion reward. Yeah, I agree there. There needs to be more. They need to be underselling it. What do you think of the no fall damage decision? Well, overall, you have to keep in mind, I was never a fan of the way they did fall damage in Elden Ring compared to Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. I think the fall damage in Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 is straight up better and feels better for this sort of game. So I already didn't like how they made it with Elden Ring. They didn't need to do that. Just keep catering and that's it. But that being said, here, like again, I don't like the combat quote-unquote changes that they did with this compared to the base game. Same thing with the fall damage. I really think that they should have kept like the base Elden Ring combat and just make the circle like close up slower and just pack everything more close together. Like have more content. Kind of like how there's a point of interest very nearby, no matter where you are in Skyrim, for instance. There's always something very close by. Whereas here, like they're separating stuff by distance, but they don't need to do that. So they're like compensating for like stuff that's like very far apart by making you sprint like much faster and shit. Like they didn't need to do that if they made the map properly, basically. That's what I think. It's like some sort of band-aid fix. Whereas the combat in the base game is just better. Yeah, you would have gotten your crouch back too, like without that crazy sprint. And that crazy sprint, let's be honest, like trivializes basically everything. That, the double roll, the light roll, all that stuff, like that's just... That makes it inconsequential to spam dodge and shit. So yeah, nothing is definitely... Like, nothing's perfect here, but... Again, overall, still fun just because it's a roguelike. It's a nice change of pace. It's fun with friends. Sorry, with friends. And I think I'll be getting it. I think I've gotten convinced on that last day playing with you guys from chat that it's a lot more fun with you guys. Although it's a lot easier, I'll say that. Still have not lost a single game with you guys. Like we pretty much won every single match that we did, but it was fun though. I do hope, like someone mentioned in chat earlier, that they basically like scale the difficulty depending on the kind of the map you pick or the last boss you pick. Like if you pick like, I don't know, the snow map or whatever, that it's very, very hard, for instance. You know what I mean? I hope that they have like varying degree of difficulty there, because that Limgrave, it is the starting area in the base game, and in this it was a little too easy once you knew what you were doing. Like it was challenging when you launched the game for the very, very first time. And then as soon as you understood how this shit works, it was a cakewalk. Like, basically, we could all go our separate way here. In this game, like, everyone could go their separate way and just kill bosses on their own, like, very fast. Even though what might not have been the best strat sometimes. You could still do it. Whereas, if they make it harder and they force teamwork, it's going to be more interesting, I think. Yeah, that's true, Luber. Yeah. A lot of stuff with like breaking guards and shit like that, which is completely useless in this network test, but who knows, maybe they have a boss that has like a shield up all the time or something. I wonder if Nightreign on PC will have PC latency. Well, for PvE, like, I'll tell you what, like, people like to shit on FromSoft for their netcode. They're still actually the best for this type of game. Like, other studios are not doing it as good as them. Like, what they do is they run all the PvE locally on your side, so that nothing is really, like, you don't hit stuff with a delay. You don't hit the PvE with a delay. Like, there's not a host that just is the ultimate server that dictates when stuff take hits and you have to send information to the host for the game to like take damage and shit, like it was at Lords of the Fallen at launch, which they actually fixed, by the way. Props to them, big props to them actually. Like they fixed that and made it like proper peer-to-peer. This is how it should work for games like these. So I'm not too worried though for PC or no PC. If I play on PC, I'm more worried about the bad actors, really, right? There's always bad actors on PC, and they have more power on PC than on console. The cheaters will be insane. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not sure which platform I'm gonna get the game on, honestly, anymore. Considering like buying the PS4 version of this, maybe. Although I tell you what, the LOD for this map is hella ugly. The hackers would enable PvP. Yeah, one big reason to get it on PC though is the mods. There could be like some really sick mods that come out for this. Yeah, if there's no PS4 version, you're definitely doing PC. Yeah, same. I'm not playing at that stupid FPS. Like, the FPS is too unstable here. Like, that's... We're not talking about performance. Like, everyone's giving a pass to FromSoft, but the performance is, like, terrible for their games, honestly. It's kind of sad. By the way, guys, even the new PS5 Pro can't run the PS5 version of Elden Ring at steady 60 FPS. If you want steady 60 FPS, you still need to use the PS4 version of the game, even if you have a Pro, which is sad. But we usually don't talk about that because for some reason it's like accepted. Everyone just accepted that From Software just doesn't have very performant games. And I mean, on PC, it's not that great either. Like, for me, I just like I just bulldoze my performance because my PC is an absolute time machine. Like it's a very powerful PC, so I don't really care about if games get good performance or not on my PC. But yeah, still not that great on PC either, performance wise. Regardless of how good the game will be, I think Nightreign will be a huge win because of all the material it gives to modders. That is true that modders will be able to use a lot of assets in this to mix and match with other From Software games. Because technically, like, you can absolutely mod anything in, like, From Software game with any of the games that are, like, mixed and matched in between. So a lot of mechanics that they have in there might be able to be modded into other games. Like, maybe modders will be able to, like, get Elden Ring combat working in this, like, base Elden Ring combat, I mean. Or, like, your latest patch for the weapon and everything like that. That could be very interesting. Like, I could see, like, normal Elden Ring mechanics. Like, everything normal Elden Ring mechanics and speed when it comes to, like, moving your character and everything. In this, that would be kind of amazing. And like armors and shit, character customization, build making, like everyone at 125 and shit. That would be just, that's a bit of copium, but you never know. With mods, everything's possible, to be fair. Especially if you do it yourself. Although I'm not knowledgeable with modding tools for this game, I never delved into that. Was it more fun than Elden Ring PvP today? Yes, it was. They could add Dark Souls skins for weapon as a reward in Nightreign. I hope they have like a lot of skins for characters though, like a lot of character customization for rewards. I feel like that it's a no-brainer to do that. I'm not really sure why they didn't do this. Well, I mean, it's the network test. Maybe they're just keeping that as a surprise or something. Yeah, more content. Yeah, pretty much. Like, doesn't matter which topic we go into, they just need more content, no matter which one it is. Whether it's map, whether it's characters, whether it's skins, whether it's enemy placement, spawns. Yeah, core concept was enjoyable. Just a little rough around the edges, but the core concept was enjoyable. Yes, this did feel like a live service. I agree with you. Maybe that's their plan though, you know? I know I know Miyazaki's a smart man. I guarantee you Miyazaki is a smart man because every time he does an interview, he undersells his product. And he's really the only one in the industry who does that. Usually developers oversell their product. He always undersells what they're making, and it always does him good. Like he's the only one that I know who does that. And it's always for their benefit. And so even though he was not involved with the project, he's still the president of From Software, so I'm sure he's involved with the release of this. And maybe he told the he told his team like what to announce for features, and maybe they're purposefully underselling it because that's usually what Miyazaki does. No, it's just being very Japanese. Maybe you're right. Strategic humble. Yeah, it's hard to know, right? Hard to know. That is true that it is in their culture to be like very humble. So maybe he's not like underselling it because he's smart about it. He's just like being humble because that's his culture. Could be that. If the game can be made easier with the meta progression, the full game might be even easier. Yeah, that is true, Astral, because a lot of the gems that you can have are quite strong too. And a lot of the team that goes on in this seems to be like power fantasy, and you know, power fantasy only goes so far. If it's not challenging, not gonna last very long if it's not challenging. There needs to be like more difficult maps and more difficult runs. We couldn't even use the meta currency. Yeah, that is true. Like sometimes after beating it, it says like those are some runes that you can use at the vendor at the round table, but there was no vendor. They're keeping that for the full game. Maybe it's for skins. Maybe it's for skins. Who knows? It's for skins. That would be nice. I'd be down for that. Duchesse anime outfit. The the skin that's gonna cost the most is gonna be the one that has the less clothing, for sure. Imagine Wilder with the outfit of Firelink. Or Farum. Oh, yeah. I personally prefer Farum more. They both look good, but I actually prefer the knight armor, like the true knight armor from Dark Souls 3 is pretty damn good looking. What else is there for like this sort of style that looks good? Black Iron looks cool too. And Lap. Could you imagine Lap? Wilder and Lap? Lap armor Wilder, anyone? Dude, it's over. Just chest down the drain, dude. It's Lap armor Wilder all the way. Lap Birdman. Lap armor, and then you get a gem where you start with a Murky. That'd be funny, man. Gotta go to bed, y'all too funny. Alright, Guggernaut. Have a good one, man. Thanks for playing. Have a good one, dude. Thanks for being in chat. Yeah, me too, guys. I'm gonna close stream now. We went pretty much over everything. Bald haircut skin. Yeah, exactly, Astro. I feel that. Alright, guys. I'm gonna call it here. Thank you guys for being here for this stream. I know it's not the usual content, but I know a lot of you guys enjoyed this network test as well. So take it easy, everyone. Have a good night, guys, and I'll catch you back on Elden Ring Invasions.